evening, everyone. On behalf of the entire staff of Beech Ridge Motor Speedway and the Cusack family, it's my pleasure to welcome you to Maine's oldest continually operating family-owned speedway. My name is Bruce Eldy, your race commentator, and tonight we feature the Budweiser Limited Sportsman Spectacular. Limited Sportsman running for $1,000 to win tonight in a 75-lap extended race. We will be opening with qualifying heats in the Super Sportsman division in just a few moments. There's Robbie Dorr in the number 12. In the number 4 rounds out the lineup, rookie Lloyd Washburn. Heat number 1, 10 laps on tap for the Super Sportsman. New class at the Beech Ridge Motor Speedway last year has grown in an impressive fashion here in 1992. Flagman Eddie Walsh atop the flag stand for heat number 1 gives the drivers the all clear as they stage on the backstretch. Darrell Ward, Jim Emerson will bring the field to a start out of turn 4 if everything is to the flagman's liking. At turn 4, green is out. Jim Emerson with a slight advantage from the outside. Ward trying to draw it even once again at turn 2. Continues to be Emerson by a fender down into turn 3. Ward right back up the inside, draws it even out of turn 4. He gets sideways, does a nice job of hanging on to the number 80. But with it, the advantage on the outside to Emerson in the number 2. David Bath following Emerson up the outside, up to challenge Ward for the runner-up position. Tim Maloney sits in position 4. The Chief, Ed Strong, rounds out the top 5. Jim Emerson in the subway. Number 2 at the point. Side-by-side battle for the runner-up position. Darrell Ward in the number 80. David Bath in the number 5. Talked with several of the drivers during the practice session earlier, and they said the hot sun has really made the track kind of tough here early, so they're looking forward to the sun going down. This track cooling down just a little bit because, as we all can attest, it was a hot afternoon and the sun was just laid in heavy on the speedway. Makes it a little tricky also looking at that sun as they come out of turn 4. Halfway point, 5 down, 5 to go. Jim Emerson gradually has worked himself right out into a comfortable lead. Darrell Ward has the runner-up position. Dave Bath is 3rd, Tim Maloney 4th, side-by-side battle for 5th. Danny Palmer up to challenge Ed Strong for that 5th place position. They go at it side-by-side. Danny Palmer right up under the back bumper of Tim Maloney. Starter indicates it will be 2 laps to go this time by. Battle continues to be waged side by side for the 5th place position. White flag is down, 1 to go. Danny Palmer by about a half a car length as they cross the stripe. But he is right at the back bumper of 4th place contender Tim Maloney. Ed Strong with the advantage perhaps to the outside. Checkered flag down. Jimmy Emerson gets him a little sideways. David Ward, David Bath, Tim Maloney, and Ed Strong in the 10-4 round out the top 5. And here's the winner of heat number 1 in the Super Sportsman division. Out of Windham, Maine, driving the Eagle Power Subway, Mark Stimson. Associates number 2, Jim Emerson. These are the high point drivers in the Super Sportsman division. On the pole, driving the number 1 is David Sprague. To his outside, the 89 is driven by Spike Matitol. Row 2 to the inside, the number 19 and Russ Johnson. To his outside, the 03 Steve Howard. Row 3 on the inside, Willie Elliott in the 08. Flagman Eddie Welch gives the drivers the all clear as they glance to the flag stand. Staging on the backstretch. Usual start is at turn 4. You can see a faint white stripe, and the drivers know the flagman wants it nice and tight, bumper to bumper and wheel to wheel as they get to turn 4. Green is out. Beech Sprague with a slight advantage as they race down to turn 1. At turn 2, they're side by side. Spike Manitoul puts about a half car length ahead. Sprague right back to draw it even at turn 4. Continues to be Sprague by a bumper. Steve Howard in the 03 is third. Russ Johnson fourth. And Willie Elliott rounds out the top 5. Steve Howard up the inside now and going to require Spike Manitoul to stay in that outside groove if he possibly can. Howard drives it right in deep, trying to get a hold of that runner-up position. As they battle side by side, that kind of opens the front up and takes a little pressure off Dave Sprague. Steve Howard with the advantage as he takes over the runner-up position. Russ Johnson trying to follow him through up the inside. They have Spike Manitoul hung on the outside. Flagman indicates it will be the halfway point this time by. We operate on a handicap system here. The high point cars start at the rear of the lineup. And a real challenge for these high point men to get up through, particularly this heat. These are the high point cars. Phil Weeks in the number 9, a feature winner a couple of weeks ago. Working to the outside of Kevin Durkin. It will be 2 to go, indicates our starter. 8 down, 2 to go. Dave Sprague has it to himself at the point. They are in their last lap. Dave Sprague will nail down the second qualifier, followed by Steve Howard, Russ Johnson, Spike Manitoul, and Willie Elliott. Dave Sprague headed down to the start-finish line area, driving the Pontiac, sponsored in part by SNB Enterprises, along with Garrett Services, Channel One Video. Definitely a young man ready to grab his first feature event. The 94 Dennis Hall. Ed Gallant in the number 13, Donnie Wick in the 83. Ryan Shepard behind the wheel of the 34, and Don Tapley Jr. in the number 15. 15 laps on tap, 10 cars to qualify for the main event. The rest will have to come back and try to do it via a consolation. And believe me, with $1,000 to win in that feature event tonight, you can bet every one of these drivers want to qualify. Assistant starter Junior Niles handling the flags for heat number 1 for the Limited Sportsman. Once again, Don Miner and Dwight Shepard occupying the front row, bringing the field to turn 4. Flagman says pick it up a little, and we're under green. Side by side across the stripe. Once again, Shepard in the 09, fresh from his first feature event win in a long time.
puts a bumper ahead, but Miner is right back to draw. Spin by the 98. He gets turned about, is collected by 2 or 3 other cars, and that will put the field under caution. Tough break right early on in the first qualifier. David Jackson gets the number 98 turned about, is collected there by the number 30, as well as a couple of other cars as they were attempting to avoid Jackson's number 98. Starter indicates things are all clear, gives the drivers the okay, letting them know that if things are the way they should be, we will get back to green flag racing out of turn number 4. Green is out. The 98 back off from pit road, so that's a good sign. Of course, the cars did not complete a lap, so they are in their first lap. Dwight Shepard from the outside of the front row takes it over as they race to turn 3. Here comes Ken McLeod on the move, along with Dennis Quinn. Dwight Shepard shows the way after grabbing the feature event on Wednesday night. Ken McLeod in the number 30. He is the 1991 Super Sportsman champion, this year piloting the Joe Green number 30 Limited. Dennis Quinn takes over third. They drop Don Miner back to fourth, and Guy Poulin rounds out your top 5. Remember, only 10 cars to qualify. And it looks like Dennis Hall holds down the last qualifying position at this moment. Problems on the 04 as he is off the pace. Spin down in turn 3. Don Miner gets turned about. He gets it back underway. Everyone keeps moving. Spin by Donnie Whitten as he has a flat right rear tire. Last qualifier at the moment would be the 58 driven by Paul Holstrom. Caution flag out as the 83 sits here on the front stretch. Dennis Quinn got the jump on the number 30, took over the runner-up spot right out of turn 4. Dennis Quinn now up to challenge race leader Dwight Shepard. Last qualifier in that 10th position right now would be Don Tapley in the number 15. Dwight Shepard. All kinds of pressure from Dennis Quinn. Quinn is going to take a look to the outside now. He was glued to the back bumper. Couldn't do anything down low. And with that move to the outside, he opened up the inside lane for Ken McLeod. Ken McLeod takes over the runner-up position once again. Quinn trying to drop right back in and return the favor as he dives beneath the number 30. They dice back and forth and swap that second position. Halfway point, 8 down and 7 to go. Continues to be Don Tapley, your last qualifier. Ken McLeod gathers up the momentum and is going to take a look now to the outside of Dwight Shepard. Ken McLeod continues to advance on the outside, trying to draw it even with race leader Dwight Shepard in the 09. Down into turn 1, they go in side by side. Dennis Quinn right to the back bumper of the 09. Down at turn 3, continues wheel to wheel out of turn 4. Quinn takes a look down low. McLeod briefly took over the lead, but Shepard right back to draw it even out of turn 2 on the backstretch. It is the 30 by a half car length. Shepard trying to draw it even once again. They will see the 2 flags, 2 laps to go. Three wide on the backstretch. Dennis Quinn gets down beneath the 09. They go 3 wide. They tangle in turn 4. Shepard gets it turned about. And what a tough break for race leader Dwight Shepard. They are in the white flag lap. Dennis Quinn got down and made it a 3 wide battle. Cars touch, checkered flag down. Ken McLeod, Dennis Quinn, Tim Gendron, Ryan Shepard, and I believe Paul Holstrom. And here's your winner of heat number 1 in the limited sportsman division. From Wyndham in the Body Works, number 30, Ken McLeod. Qualifying heat for the limited sportsman. Starting on the pole for heat number 3, rookie Jerome Boucher in the number 18. It is outside Don Culprit in the number 86. Inside of row 2, rookie Charlie Roussel in the number 10. It is outside the 92, is driven by Andy Gayu. Row 3, also a rookie in the 03, Keith Lovejoy. To his outside, another strong running rookie, Jeff Severance in the 28. Row 4, on the inside, Scott Link in the number 54. Larry Gelinas in the number 37. Row 5, Wayne Whitten in the 0 and Donnie Morse in the 75. Row 6, Mike Field in the 88. Willie Boucher in the number 14. Row 7, Glenn Reynolds in the 05 and Dave Fecto in the 78. Row 8, John Maycomber behind the wheel of the 96. Kevin Buck in the number 25. And the 85 is driven by Scott Chapman. Once again, 15 laps on tap. 10 to qualify for the main event. Front row, Jerome Boucher in the 18. Don Culprit in the number 86, new car to him just 2 weeks ago. He won this event in 1990, was the runner-up in 91. At turn 4, under green. Side-by-side battle at the front. Boucher in the 18, Don Culprit in the number 86. Boucher with a slight advantage, but Culprit coming right back hard on the outside. They continue side by side through turn 2 and down the backstretch. Once again, Culprit from the outside puts a fender ahead. Boucher draws it even at turn 4. They continue to dice at the front. Then comes Charlie Roussel in third place position. Side by side battle for fourth. Keith Lovejoy on the inside. Andy Gayu to his outside. Gayu way up high in the number 92. That will cause him to lose some ground. Larry Gelinas up to that 5th place position. Larry Gelinas in the number 37 is the defending champion here in this limited sportsman division for 1992. Don Culprit quickly establishing a comfortable lead over the rest of this 3rd heat. Would hold down the last qualifying position, but that is being challenged for by the number 14 and Willie Boucher. 3-way battle shaping up for the runner-up spot. Boucher in the 18, Keith Lovejoy and Larry Gelinas all battling for that 2nd place position. Flagman indicates it will be the halfway point next time by. Last qualifying between the 54 and the 14. Spin in turn 3 as the 54 and 14 get hooked up. They were occupying or battling for that last qualifying position. Now they look to go down a lap. The 14 unable to get back underway.
All right, now 10 laps down. Flagman Eddie Walsh says it's all set to get back to green flag racing. Don Culprit, Keith Lovejoy will bring the field to a start out of turn 4. Flagman says hold it even. Green is out. Advantage Don Culprit from the inside as the 03 has trouble getting underway. Larry Gelinas right up to the 2nd place position. Donnie Morse occupies the 3rd place position. Then Keith Lovejoy and Jerome Boucher. Dave Fecteau would be the last qualifier if things ended the way they are right now, as he holds down the 10th place position. Flagman Eddie Walsh indicates just 2 to go this time by. Don Culprit continues to show the way. Larry Gelinas in the number 37. Donnie Morse in 3rd place. Keith Lovejoy 4th. And now Mike Field rounds out the top 5. White flag is down. Larry Gelinas takes a look to the outside of race leader Don Culprit. With it, he loses some ground out of turn 2. That opens up the inside for Donnie Morse. They go at it side by side. Checkered flag is out. Don Culprit, Donnie Morse, Kevin Gelinas, Keith Lovejoy, and Mike Fields, your top 5.
is the winner of heat number 3, coasting down to the start-finish line area. New car as of 2 weeks ago for Johnny Culprit. Andy Walsh gives the drivers the all clear, asks them to tighten that lineup just a little bit. Says hold it even, drops the green as they come slowly out of turn number 4. Mike Mayetta Jr. with a slight advantage as they got to turn 1. Scott Watts draws it even at turn 2 and on the backstretch. Advantage on the low side, Scott Watts. Johnson at position 2. Gary Pulsifer in the number 41 is 3rd. Joe Bowser coming up to challenge him. Take that position number 4. Backup car for young Mike Mayetta. The number 18 have a spin in turn number 2. Greg Strout gets the number 7 spun at the low side of turn 2. And that requires the caution flag as he was unable to fire the car in time. Once again, all clear from atop the flag stand as the drivers glance over. 2 laps down, 8 to go. Heat number 1 for the late model Sportsman. Former modified Honda shoes, Scott Watts on the pole. Gary Johnson to his outside, and we're under green. Scott Watts once again from down low. Gary Johnson manages to hold that second spot, but here comes Gary Pulsifer up to challenge on the inside. Looks like Gary Johnson had an opportunity to get down low and chose not to. Left that inside open to Gary Pulsifer. Joe Bowser up to challenge for the 3rd place position now as he goes to the outside of the number 41. Gary Johnson now gets beneath the F80. Takes over the point between turns 1 and 2. Brings Joe Bowser with him right up the inside. Bowser a winner here 1 week ago in the number 32. Scott Watts continues to lose the grip just a bit on the outside. And with it, he has to slow and has dropped back to the 5th place position now. Like Andy Walsh indicates, just 2 laps to go. Joe Bowser trying to rein in race leader Gary Johnson. He'll have to be careful because young Mike Mayetta is trying to close in on Joe Bowser as he works beneath the number 32. White flag is out. Checkered flag is down. Gary Johnson captures heat number 1, followed by Joe Bowser. Mike Mayetta in the 18, Gary Pulsifer in the number 41 was 4th. And Tim Land rounds out the top 5. Of heat number 1 down at the start-finish line area in the main lubrication, RN Craft & Sons, number 53. Row 4, on the inside, Andy Lude in the number 56, and to his outside, 33, and Mike Johnson. Back row, to the 2-time in a row defending champion of this late model Sportsman division, Mike Mayetta Sr. in the number 13. 10 laps on tap. These are the high point late model Sportsman drivers coming into tonight's race meet. Andy Walsh with the all clear, points to turn number 4. The Babb brothers bring them down. Green is is out. Bobby Babb with a slight advantage from the outside. Barry Babb hard back up the inside, draws it even. They go to turn 3 side by side. Out of turn 4, advantage down low, Barry Babb. Up to challenge for that runner-up position. Paul Johnson trying to draw it even with Bobby Babb. They go at it wheel to wheel. Glenn Cusack rides 4th. Bobby Libby rounds out the top 5. Advantage seems to be to that inside groove. Top-notch late model sportsman cars and drivers. Some of the very best late models you will find anywhere in New England. Coming to the halfway mark indicates start area. Eddie Walsh. Barry Babb. All kinds of pressure from Paul Johnson in the number 35. Then comes Bobby Babb, Glenn Cusack, and Bob Libby. All of these cars well capable of winning a feature event. Mike Johnson takes a look now to the outside of Bob Libby in the number 34. Draws it even coming into turn 4. Puts a fender ahead as they cross the stripe. On the move, former champion Mike Johnson in the number 33. Works to the outside of the number 2 of Cusack now. Laps winding down. Starter indicates 2 to go. Mike Johnson in the 33, driving with abandon on the outside. He's up to the outside of third-place competitor Bobby Babb. White flag is out. Paul Johnson takes a look to the outside of Barry Babb. Drops back down low. Impressive run by Mike Johnson in the 33. Checkered flag is out. Barry Babb will grab another qualifier. Paul Johnson, Mike Johnson, Bobby Babb, and Glenn Cusack. 90 to 95 mile an hour late model sportsman here at the Beech Ridge Motor Speedway. The Weir's Motor Sales number 5 and David Babb. From Springvale, the number 93 Cabana Auto Body car of Danny Palmer. Next on the grid from Scarborough, the S&B Enterprises Channell One number 1 David Sprague. From Scarborough, the classic auto body 89 Spike Manitow. From Hollis in the number 19 Johnson's Garage, Russ Johnson. Also from Scarborough, the 03, the bracket machine automobile of Steve Howard. From Keysa Falls, the Moody's Racing 08 of Willie Elliott. Next on the grid, the number 9, the Design Acoustics, number 9 of Phil Weeks. The 14, the Griffin Motorsports entry, Chris Rule. Bubba Pelton in the Casco Bay Yachts, number 27. The 0 from Kennebunkport, Gary Clough, and they're under green. Darrell Ward right from the point. Catch the remainder of that lineup. In the number 7, the Print World car of Kevin Durgan. The 07 out of Falmouth, Doug Shores. Jim Emerson with a nice move to take over the point. Trying to duplicate what he did in his qualifying. Spin down between turns 1 and 2. Rex Garrett in the 24 is turned about. And with it, the number 12, Robbie Dorr. Garrett still sits to the top of turn 2. He gets it refired and keeps it on the speedway. However, unfortunately, a lap down. Continues to be Jim Emerson. Last few cars in that lineup, Steve Wilson in the 99, Jeff Salibi in the number 40, Lloyd Washburn in the number 4. And we already mentioned Garrett in the 24 and Robbie Dorr in the number 12. Emerson with a An impressive lead. Dave Bath up to that runner-up position as he works out and around the 80 of Darrell Ward. Also on the move, the number 1, Dave Sprague. Wide racing down into turn 1. Tough to do in any division here. Spin right here as the left front fender is torn from the number 4 of Lloyd Washburn. That will put the field under caution. Right now, Andy Walsh gives them the all clear. We have 6 laps down. Jim Emerson and Dave Bath on the front row. They're underway. Spin by Gary Klopp in the 0. As he gets it turned about right out of turn number 4. And that will put the field right back under caution as he is unable to refire the car before that caution flag flies. So we hope that you can be here for the next one. That'll be August 5th. But right now, Flight Committee Walsh says we're ready to get this underway. Green is out. Jimmy Emerson once again from the low side with the advantage. Dave Bath in second place. Battle for third. Darrell Ward on the low side. Russ Johnson to his outside. David Sprague rounds out the top 5. Battle is for fourth. David Sprague finally squeezes by Russ Johnson, and he brings Willie Elliott with him up the inside, and Elliott now goes wheel to wheel with Russ Johnson for that 5th place position, advantage down low. Kevin Durgan and Chris Rule go at it side by side now as they try to advance. Caution flag on the field. Officials indicate the flag was for the number 9 who was unable to start the car. Sitting there at the pit exit at turn 3. We have 11 laps down of this 30-lap event. Flagman Eddie Walsh has given the all clear. Now he points to turn 4, indicating he wants them to hold it even. At turn 4, green is out. Jimmy Emerson once again gets the jump. Battle shaping up for the 2nd place position as Darrell Ward gets beneath the number 5 of Dave Bath. In a side-by-side battle right behind them between Willie Elliott and David Sprague. Kevin Durgan, the point leader, getting up trying to make his way into the top 5. Looks like he may just do it beneath the number 1 as they battle for that 5th place position. Willie Elliott trying to find room beneath the number 80, just couldn't do it. Had to back out of it. The hood is up on the 08. And that has got to make it tough for Willie Elliott to judge, particularly as he is running side by side with other cars. The hood wrapped right back over the windshield of the number 8. Well, you know, Willie Elliott's nickname was Wild Willie. And it's not too surprising that he would keep his foot in it and find a way to look under that hood or outside the side window and continue to be competitive. Meanwhile, Jimmy Emerson has continued to put distance between himself and the second place competitor. Jimmy Emerson with about a half straightaway lead over Darrell Ward, who was second. Dave Bath third. Kevin Durgan is fourth. And with the hood, a bad crash on the backstretch. And that will put the field under caution. Just as quick as we have one. Safety crew indicates that all the drivers are telling them they are okay. So that's the good news from the backstretch area. All the drivers have indicated to the safety men that they feel that they are okay. But obviously, a cleanup going to be required as several cars involved there. Like Eddie Walsh gives the drivers the all clear. They work down to turn 3. At turn 4, green is out. Jimmy Emerson once again has control of things at the point. David Bath in a side-by-side battle with Darrell Ward for second. Willie Elliott and Kevin Durgan go at it side by side for the next position. David Bath with the advantage up the inside. As he advances, he brings Willie Elliott on with him. Elliott now in a side-by-side battle with Darrell Ward for third. Willie Elliott dives to the low side of the number 5. They go at it wheel to wheel and they get together with it. The number 5 gets turned about. Steve Howard turns his car around to avoid the number 5, and that will require the caution flag because at the high side of turn number 4 sits Kevin Durgan in the number 7 and Dave Sprague in the number 1. Well, they managed to get 2 laps under green. Thus far, it's been Jim Emerson all the way. This time he has a new challenger to his outside, Willie Elliott. At turn 4, green is out. Advantage down low, Jimmy Emerson by about a half car length. He puts it to a car length now on the backstretch. Chris Rule on the move in the number 14. Chris Rule in the 14 working to the outside of third place competitor Darrell Ward. Kevin Durgan up now to challenge for that position. Side-by-side battle continues for position number 3. This time Chris Rule puts a fender ahead. Down into turn 1, squeezes by the number 80 to take position 3 to himself. Darrell Ward is at 4th, Kevin Durgan in 5th, but he takes a look now to the outside of the number 80. Current point leader, Kevin Durgan in the number 7, draws it even on the backstretch with Darrell Ward. They go at it wheel to wheel now for position 5. Out of turn 4 and across the stripe, Durgan takes over 5th position. Laps winding down, Jimmy Emerson with all kinds of pressure from Willie Elliott. Flagman indicates it will be 2 to go next time by. Jim Emerson looking for his first Super Sportsman main event. Sees the 2 flags. White flag goes out, 1 to go. Continues to be Jim Emerson holding off Willie Elliott. Chris Rule is 3rd, Kevin Durgan 4th. Battle shaping up for 5th, Darrell Ward and Russ Johnson. Out of turn 4 with a checkered flag in the air, Jim Emerson nails down the Super Sportsman main event. Followed by Willie Elliott, Chris Rule, Kevin Durgan, and Darrell Ward. For the limited sportsman main event, obviously competing this year in the Super Sportsman division. Down to collect the colors now from flagman Eddie Walsh. Driving the Meade family, number 2 out of Windham, Maine. The car is sponsored by Subway along with Able Power Equipment, Mark Stimson Realty, and the Photo Barn. Rather new team here at the Beech Ridge Motor Speedway. First time in victory lane. They've been getting a little bit better and a little bit better every week. Jim Emerson, of course, a veteran driver here at the Speedway of several classes of cars over the years. Jim Emerson back to return the colors to flagman Eddie Walsh. And in just a few moments, we'll have a chance to hear from tonight's Super Sportsman main event winner.
Thank you, Bruce. Good evening, everybody. He'll climb from his car, the first feature winner of the evening. Please welcome into victory lane, Jim Emerson. Win number 1 for the number 2 team. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Last year I won the 75 lap up. I don't have a ride this year in the limited, so I'm driving the Super Sportsman car. I'd like to thank Todd Mead that owns the car, and Bill from Subway from North Windham for sponsoring the car. And it's been wonderful. I'd like to thank my oldest brother, David, and my crew chief, Sean Potter. He does one heck of a job. Joey and Billy and the whole crew. I mean, Todd's, you know, he's 20 years old, 21 years old, and he's got his life savings in the car, and he's out here trusting me to drive it. I mean, that's pretty good.
Your first opportunity this year to drive in the Forest City Chevrolet division. Did you know this ride would happen during the year, or how did the transition occur?
Well, last year in the Super Sports, the Limited, Todd helped me all year long. He kept saying he'd like to get a car and get a car. I kind of talked him out of the Limited because it's a little rough and he don't have money to spend. So I helped him this winter off and on, getting the car together, and he tried it 2 times. But he's got to make money with the car, so he offered me the ride for that 100 lapper, and I finished 8th and 9th, and he said, I would like to drive the rest of the year, and I love it. The car started to go good. We found something was broken in it. Took it 2 or 3 weeks to figure out, but the car's real fast tonight.
Fast enough to win the race. A year ago about this time, you won 75 lap event in the limited sportsman division, $1,000 from Budweiser. Give these folks a little insight on what it's like to drive in a race like the limited sportsman drivers will be running in tonight for the big money.
It's hard because limited sportsmen, you know, they only go 30 laps and there's 32 cars to start, and half the time they can't get up through the pack, and this is where it is tonight at 75 lap because everybody gets to show, you know, how hard the crew works and, you know, how hard the drivers drive to qualify. And I'll tell you, it's real tough to qualify for that 75 lapper. Another thing I'd like to thank is Ed Getty for sponsoring us too.
I'm sure they're very proud of you tonight. I'd like you to meet Dick Wilcock from National Distributors and Budweiser Beer.
It's going to be a habit giving trophies to people. I know that Mr. Bowser got a couple in the Sportsman, but Jim was a great race, and as that famous young lady did, followed the yellow brick road. The rest of the cars followed the yellow brick subway number 2. Congratulations from Budweiser.
Thank you very much, and I'd like to thank these sponsors for sponsoring, because if people didn't come out here and sponsor, we'd be sitting home watching TV or something. These sponsors are great.
Thank you, Jim. Thank you, Dick. Ladies and gentlemen, a nice round of applause for Jim Emerson. A couple more rounds of qualifying to go for the limited Sportsman race. Bruce Elder, back to you.
All right, waiting on deck, limited Sportsman Consolation events where only 4 positions will be available. All those cars that did not qualify via those first 3 qualifying heats for the limited Sportsman will be back with an opportunity in a consolation event, 1 or 2 consolation events waiting on tap. 15 laps on tap. 4 qualifying spots available for the main event. Assistant starter Junior Niles has given the drivers the all clear. He points to turn 4. Green is out. They go side by side. Don Miner on the inside, John Maycomber to the outside. Side by side battle right straight back through the pack. On the backstretch, Don Miner with a slight advantage. They come around to lap 1 across the straight side by side once again. Boucher gets a little high, makes it a 3-wide battle there for just a bit. Has to back out of it, collects it back up, but with it he loses a lot of ground. Don Miner shows the way, followed by John Maycomber. Here comes Larry Vos muscling his way down low. He gets Maycomber turned about. John Maycomber in the number 96. Unable to get it refired. That will require the caution flag. Qualifying positions. At turn 4, back to green flag racing. This time Don Miner and Jeff Charland go at it side by side, followed by Larry Vos and Andy Gayu. John Maycomber once again gets the car out of shape. Top 4, Jeff Charland puts the fender ahead. Don Miner, Larry Vos, Donnie Whitten. They are your qualified cars at the moment. Andy Gayu sitting just outside of qualifying, as is Willie Voucher in the number 14. Jeff Charland, slight advantage once again from the outside, trying to squeeze his entire car by Don Miner. Out of turn 4, he does. Brings with him Donnie Whitten. That drops Miner back to position number 3. Larry Vos, your last qualifier in the number 67. Starter indicates they are approaching the halfway point. Donnie Whitten trying to reel in race leader Jeff Charland. On the move in the number 14, Willie Boucher, as he works up now to the outside of Don Miner. Donnie Whitt once again taking a look to the outside of race leader Jeff Charland. Couldn't quite find the room. Larry Vos sits in third. Last qualifying position, Willie Boucher in the 14. Number 92 headed to pit road. Andy Cusack has to bow out. Starting indicates just 2 laps to go. Continues to be Jeff Charland holding up. Hard charging Donnie Whitt. Then comes Larry Vos and Willie Boucher, the qualified cars. White flag is out. Willie Boucher on the move, trying to get up and have a little cushion to his qualifying position as he looks to challenge now for the 3rd place position. Checkered flag in the air. Jeff Charland, Donnie Whitt, Larry Vos, and Willie Boucher, your qualifiers. So we have 4 positions remaining. And we also have 2 provisional starters who will be added. And that will be determined by who happens to be the 2 highest qualifiers. Chuck Willoughby joining the tail end of this final consolation event. They had some considerable rebuilding after a bad crash on Wednesday night, and the Willoughby crew did a nice job. Evidently still problems on the 62 as he heads back on a pit road, looking for a start at turn 4. Green is out. Got a driver change in the number 77, Scott Johnson, wheeling the number 77 tonight. Battle is for second. David Wiles down low. Dwight Shepard to the high side. Final qualifying position would be in the hands of Wayne Whitten right now in the 0. Kevin O'Rourke from the point, from the pole position. Battle is for third. Wayne Whitten to the low side. Dwight Shepard to his outside. battle continues to be for that last qualifying position. Right now, Wayne Whitten holds down position number 4. He is the man on the bubble. And that changed in about a half a straightaway. Now it is between Charlie Roussel in the 10 and Dwight Shepard in the 09. Charlie Roussel getting the number 10 sideways there in turn number 1. Dwight Shepard, Wednesday night's feature winner, now sitting right on the bubble. Five cars battling for 4 positions is what it comes down to. Laps winding down, 5 to go. Continues to be Kevin O'Rourke in the number 65 as he tries to take it from green to checkered, followed by David Wiles in the 29. Wayne Whitten in the 0. And that last qualifying position up for grabs between Dwight Shepard in the 09 and Charlie Roussel in the number 10. Starter indicates just 2 laps to go next time by. White flag is down. Dwight Shepard hanging on to that last qualifying position by about a fender. Checkered flag flies. O'Rourke, Wiles, Whitten, and Shepard. And Shepard claims it just by a And here's the winner of the final qualifier for the Limited Sportsman main event from Portland, Maine, in the JC Towing AV car removal, Kevin O'Rourke. "35 laps on tap, late model Sportsman feature event." Also joining the lineup, Tim Land in the Tidewater number 16. Flagman Eddie Walsh gives the drivers the all clear as they work the backstretch. At turn 4, green is out. Scott Watts from the inside. Mike Mayetta trying to draw it even down the backstretch to turn 3. He does. They go side by side into turn 4. Out of turn 4, young Mayetta takes it over across the stripe by a half car length. Watts throws it down into the turns, but he can't hold off hard charging Mike Mayetta Jr. Working in the second lap, young Mike Mayetta, 91 Rookie of the Year, takes it over, drops Scott Watts back to position number 2. Then comes Gary Johnson, Gary Pulsifer, and Barry Babb, your top 5. Side-by-side battle for that third place position. Gary Johnson down low, Gary Pulsifer is outside. Pulsifer taking a look now to the outside of Scott Watts for the runner-up position. Pulsifer in the number 41, always fast, but seems to be kind of a hard luck runner. Certainly running very strong in the number 41 tonight. Spin at the bottom of turn number 2. Joe Bowser gets the number 32 spun around, and he sits at the Exit to the infield pit road. Gets the car refired. Backs it back out onto the track. And that is right out in front of the field of late models. They have just a half a lap to get out here and do that without being a lap down. Gary Johnson is at the turn 3 pit exit. He joins the tail lineup as the green flag comes out. Mike Mayetta Jr. Gary Pulsifer to his outside. They go at it side by side down into turn 3. Mayetta with the advantage down low. Barry Babb trying to get up and challenge Scott Watts for that third place position. Young Mike Mayetta in a backup car tonight. His usual car is the number 3. Tonight he is in the backup number 18. We'll get a time on the number 18 in just a moment. Battle is for that third place position. Scott Watts, Barry Babb, Glenn Cusack, Paul Johnson, Bobby Libby all want it. Young Mike Mayetta turning very good time, 15.5 seconds, 15.5 seconds on that last lap. Car stacked up behind third place competitor Scott Watts. He has Glenn Cusack down low, Barry Babb up high. Here comes Bob Libby and Paul Johnson. All kinds of pressure for that third place position. Mike Mayetta continues to turn the track in the 15.5s. Glenn Cusack now with a bite on the outside takes over position number 3 as he gets out and around the F80 of Scott Watts. Following on the outside, Bobby Libby in the number 34. Bob Libby has been impressive over the last few weeks. He has grabbed 2 feature events in this late model division. Also, Mike Johnson breaks free of the pack as he moves into that top 5. Paul Johnson now also finding a way out and around the F8. Lightman indicates we are coming to the halfway point. Things all stacked up from position 7 as the last 8 cars go at it side by side. Pete Rondo now out and around Scott Watts. Andy Liu trying to follow suit. Also in that pack, Barry Babb, Tim Land, Mike Mayetta Sr. all bunched up. The number 7 spins it at the low side of turn 2. That will require the caution flag as he sits with the driver's door to the oncoming traffic right at the low side of turn 2. Official pace car of the Beech Ridge Motor Speedway, the Chevy Lumina Z34 from Payne Chevrolet. Pace car will make its way onto the infield pit road. Has points to turn 4, asks the drivers to hold it even. Green is out. Mike Mayetta with the advantage down on the inside. Gary Pulsifer with a strong challenge from Glenn Cusack to his inside. Cars playing bumper tag there through turn 4. Gary Balsamic is way out wide. They go 3 wide between turns 3 and 4, and that's going to cause some damage. The 0 of Barry Babb right up over the side of the number 34. That will put the field under caution once again. 3 wide racing. Very, very difficult to do, particularly in this high-speed late model sportsman division. On the pole, Mike Mayetta Jr. in the number 18. To his outside, Glenn Cusack in the number 2. Pace car on the infield pit road. Out of turn 4, the green is out. Mike Mayetta Jr. with the advantage. Glenn Cusack trying to mount a challenge to his outside as they race turn 3. Look to turn 4. Glenn Cusack draws it even at turn 1. Down to turn 2. They go at it wheel to wheel down the backstretch. Young Mike Mayetta to the low side. Glenn Cusack to the high side. Mayetta with a slight advantage. Cusack trying to mount a challenge once again and draw it even. Mike Johnson sits in third. Side-by-side battle for fourth between Pete Rondo and Andy Liu. Problems on the number 56 as he has to back right out. It loses a couple of positions. Battle continues for that first place position. Young Mike Mayetta thus far has been able to hold off a strong challenge from Glenn Cusack. Mike Johnson sitting there in position 3, just wondering which lane is going to open up. This time on the backstretch, Glenn Cusack puts a bumper ahead as they race to turn 3. Drivers at the front looking for their first main event for 1992 in the late model sportsman ranks. Young Mike Mayetta in his sophomore year in the late model sportsman, having been the rookie of the year in 1991. Flagman indicates 5 laps to go. Glenn Cusack, now a veteran of late model sportsman competition, as is, of course, Mike Johnson, a former champion in this division. Flagman Eddie Walsh indicates just 2 to go this time by. Continues to be Mike Mayetta with a slight advantage from the inside. Glenn Cusack doing a nice job holding that number 2 on the outside lap after lap. Mike Johnson sitting there in third. They will see the white flag go down. Who's it going to be? Will young Mike Mayetta hang on to it? Will Glenn Cusack gather up enough to take it from the outside? Cusack's last bid coming now on the backstretch. He draws it even down into turn 3. Who's it going to be? Mayetta from the inside, Cusack from the outside. They come to the stripes side by side. Outstanding run by young Mike Mayetta and Glenn Cusack. We may have to look at a video because those cars appeared to come across the track side by side. We'll wait for the word from scoring. So they're bringing both cars to victory lane. Young Mike Mayetta in the number 18. Glenn Cusack in the number 2 came across the line what appeared to be side by side. And of course the videotape will provide the final answer.
Ladies and gentlemen, a nice round of applause for both of our drivers tonight. Congratulations on a close finish, a nice run.
Thank you, Andy.
Glenn Cusack, if I could get you on my left, and we'll congratulate you on a nice run as well. You both stand here with a checkered flag until we can look things over closer. But do you guys have any inclination you should cross the line, or are you just looking ahead?
Just looking ahead.
Mike Matter, for you, running on the inside.
Well, I was kind of loose coming out of the 2-turn. I really didn't, have my momentum up going through 4, so I just prayed,
Well, you ran a great race tonight. And what was it like running so close? Because you two were side by side for 10 laps or more.
Well, it seemed good having a good car under me. My car, we haven't been able to get hooked up all year. Barry Meserve, Sean Farwell, John Talbot, Curtis Thurston. I know I'm afraid to forget someone, but, they're doing a great job. And my father, he likes seeing me do good, so he gave me that car. And Steve Roman, Butch Sanborn, Barry Curtis, Glenn, they just all do a tremendous job keeping the cars together like they do.
What about the number 3 that you've been running the first part of the season with?
Well, I don't know what's going to happen now, but we're going to keep working with the car and trying to get it hooked up a little better. It's an old car, and it's just going to take a little working with. And this one and my father's car are newer, and just more updated.
And Glenn Cusack, you tonight, outrunning your cars progressively look better week after week. What have you been doing with that car?
Well, we made some pretty good gains. We've spent a lot of time with it and really paid attention to what's going on and talked to a lot of the other competitors, and they've helped us out a lot, and I can't thank them enough, and now we got it running where it ought to be running.
The two of you were racing out there with each other, but Mike Johnson was a factor too. Did he come into play with your strategy, or were you strictly racing the 18?
No, I was strictly racing the 18. I didn't know what would happen if he ever get up by that.
Well, for the time being, we'll congratulate both of you, and Dick Wilcock from National Distributors and Budweiser Beer will walk away himself with one trophy until we can determine this. Dick Wilcock, a few words from you.
I think that was a great race, and I guess what we'll have to do for Glenn is give him a bigger Budweiser sticker for his front bumper. But I think on behalf of National Distributors and Budweiser, from the Big Red to the 2 Big Red cars, congratulations.
Thank you, Dick. Ladies and gentlemen, a nice round of applause for both of our drivers tonight. If you purchase 50-50 tickets, a good chance for you to take them out of your pockets at this time. For the 3rd most accumulated points, this time in the Limited Sportsman Division, he's the defending champion of the Limited Sportsman Division. Would you please welcome forward Larry Gelinas. Skip Thorne has the trophy for you, Larry, and we congratulate you on a fine run so far and wish you well toward number 1.
Thank you. I could use some more luck, I guess, but hopefully have a few more finishes to get up there a little closer.
Tonight, the 75 lapper. How are you set for that?
I qualified fairly well. I don't know if the car's going to make it through it, but I hopefully am there at the end.
We wish you well tonight. Skip Thorne, president of the Maine State Stock Car Racing Association, will give you the trophy. 3rd place in our Super Sportsman Division. Would you please welcome forward a rookie in that division, Gary Clough. Gary, congratulations. As a rookie, you've worked hard, and we congratulate you on picking up your first mid-season trophy.
Thanks, I really appreciate it.
Skip Thorne with the trophy for you. 3rd place in the late model sportsman division out of Saco, Maine. Would you please welcome forward Pete Rondo. Pete, congratulations. Tonight a rough run for you in that feature race, but we're glad you're all in one piece, and we wish you well in a 3rd place finish in the point standing so far.
Thank you. We tore the car up pretty good here tonight. It's going a lot better. The guys have been working hard on it. Felt pretty good tonight. Hopefully next week we can come back, hopefully for a win.
We know it'll be soon. We'll be seeing you back here with a checkered flag. Skip Thorne has the trophy for you. Our runner-up positions at the mid-season championship, starting in the Limited Sportsman Division, please welcome forward driver of car number 24, Danny Bubar. Danny, congratulations. Budweiser spectacular race coming up a little later on. Can you give us some insight on what you're going to be doing out there?
Well, probably hang back for a few laps, see what happens for a little bit, and hopefully get as close to the front as I can get and ride it out for a little while and save him some for the end.
Where is your spot in the starting lineup?
Right now I'm starting 17th.
Is that kind of where you'd like to be, or would you rather be further back or further forward?
I want to be right on number 1, but it wasn't possible tonight. But I'd like to be up front a little closer. I'm not too happy with it, but we'll take it.
Tonight you're about in the middle of the field, and we wish you well. You have 75 laps to work your way up. Skip Thorne has the runner-up trophy for the Limited Sportsman Division. Second place, mid-season, in the Super Sportsman Division, the driver of that Ford. 5 wins to his credit so far. Welcome forward, Doug Shores. Doug, congratulations. I know in November you'd like to walk forward and pick up a spot better than second place.
Yeah, but I'm not complaining. I'm just hoping we can finish the second half the way we started off the first half, and I will be real happy with that.
We wish you well on your journey there. Skip Thorne with a trophy from the Maine State Stock Car Racing Association. Second place in the late model sportsman division, a driver out of Biddeford, Maine, and car number 56. Welcome out, Andy Lude. Congratulations, a 35-lap race all done. You're done for the night. Are you going to sit back and enjoy the 75-lap event?
Yeah, I'm all ready for it.
You're an old limited sportsman driver where you got your roots in racing at this speedway. You ever have the anxiety that you wished you could have been in a 75-lap event like these guys are going to be in tonight?
Yeah, I wish I did, because all the old days it was clay and oil and holes and valleys and all kinds of rough stuff out there, bumpers.
And about half the field of competitors, too. You'd be up against some tough material tonight.
Yeah, of course.
Second place trophy from Skip Thorne and the Maine State Stock Car Racing Association. We congratulate you. And ladies and gentlemen, now the point that everyone will try to be at in November come the 45th Annual Awards Banquets. Would you welcome forward our first place finisher at the mid-season point from the Limited Sportsman Division, the driver of the yellow number 111. Welcome out, Pee Wee Knight. The man on top of the world at least midway through.
Yeah, it's a little different to be on top midway through. Usually we're still trying to catch up. But it's been going pretty good. We've had some awful good luck lately. We've finished some races. It really counts. And the car's going good right now. Just hope we can keep it together.
The beginning of the year wasn't that good for you. In fact, you were running back around 6th, 7th, and 8th for quite a while in the point standings, and then it seemed like in a couple of weeks, pop, you were right up top.
Well, we had some bad luck right off the bat. We had a little bit of motor problem the opening day of the race. We set right out of that completely, so that, that hurts. Anytime you sit in the pit and watch everybody else race, you're losing points. But we just kept working at it and trying to get the car to go better, and we was trying to finish races. But all the time when you guys were having the Wednesday night practices, we were down here, and we got the car to work, and just made up our mind, we got to finish the race. So rather than sitting out and trying to really charge to the front right off quick, we've been concentrating more on, finishing the race. And that's what it takes. So, you just got to finish a race to get the points, and we've been lucky to do that lately.
The strategy works good for you through the midpoint. We wish you well for the rest of the season. Pee Wee Knight in first place. In the Super Sportsman Division, a gentleman that has seen the championship rings before in the Limited Sportsman Division. He's all packed up. He says the car's loaded up and he's back home, so you may not recognize him without his fire suit on. But would you welcome forward out of Scarborough, Maine, Kevin Durgan. Your race is done. The car's back in the garage.
Yeah, we're getting ready for tomorrow night because I do double duty every weekend, triple this week. But yeah, we'll get ready for the other track that we run at, and she's just gone. And I'm gonna go to the 4-turn and enjoy the limited race.
The limited race you've won before. Is that a race that at the end of it you really know you've earned something?
Yeah, that is. That class, those guys work harder than. I think they work harder than anybody. I got a different class car now, and we do all the work we need to on it, but. A limited, I mean, you work on it 4 or 5 nights a week, and the 75 lappers, the race they all look forward to, and it's just great for the class, and you win the 75 lapper, and that makes your year, even if you have bad luck any other time.
Everybody said Kevin Durgan would be the one to beat in the Super Sportsman Division, and you yourself admit last year was a disastrous year for you in trying to figure out the car, but a new car for you this year. Is it panning out the way you expected?
Yeah, it's going a little better. So many other guys that are doing real good now too. It's awful hard, now we got 20, 21 cars, and You know, you start up back, and just if you get lucky, you get up near the front. If not, you just take whatever you get.
We congratulate you on midway through the year. You're the champion of the Super Sportsman division. Ladies and gentlemen, Kevin Durgan. To show you how competitive the late model sportsman division is, there has been a tie for the mid-season championship title. Both have been in victory lane this season. Would you welcome out in a tie for first place from South Portland, Maine, Mike Mietter, and from Scarborough, Maine, Mike Johnson. Congratulations to both of you. You made a hard run this year. When did you know that you were probably going to tie for the point standings? Did you know before the race was finished last week?
No, I had no idea. In fact, when we came here last week, I thought Mike was in the lead in points. I didn't know where I was. I knew we were close, but I thought I was behind.
Neither one of you tracked the points that heavily. You both made that very clear, and you always end up on top in a position like this. Is the year going on track for you, Mike Mietter?
I don't think so. We're kind of behind with this new car. We're having a lot of trouble with it, and to be honest with you, we still ain't even close, but every week we make a move to the front. You know, we just hang in there and do the best we can. And it's been quite a job chasing Mike, but I'd rather chase Mike than anybody else. You know, he's a good competitor. I can't think, you know, Bobby Randall, we miss him. I mean, he was a good competitor, but I like racing with Mike. We race good together. We live right around the corner from one another, so it's been fun so far, and hopefully it'll stay that way.
You each have a first place trophy tonight, but would each of you be willing, we can't tonight because we're setting up in the infield for our limited sportsman 75 lap event, would you guys be willing next weekend to do a 10 lap runoff with one another, all by yourselves?
We're going to do our homework this week on the race car to do it, but yeah, I'd be willing to do that with Mike.
Mike Johnson, would you accept the challenge?
One way to settle a race is with a race.
Folks, would you like to see just 10 laps, two drivers, Mike Johnson and Mike Mietter, next Saturday night? If you will be here, these two drivers will be here. We'll put them on the track alone. You can cheer for your favorite, and we'll let them go at it for 10 solid laps. We appreciate you accepting the challenge.
Thank you.
Congratulations to you both.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, your mid-season champions in the late model sportsman division, Mike Mietter and Mike Johnson. We have got 75 laps of racing coming up in the Budweiser Spectacular Race, so let's go back to Bruce Elder and get set for our future event. Bruce?
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, the officials indicate that the drivers are set. Drivers, good luck to you all. Now, ladies and gentlemen, on the count of three. 1, 2, 3. Gentlemen, start your engines. Flagman Eddie Walsh gives the drivers the all clear as they stage on the backstretch. 40 cars, extended field for an extended race meet. Pace car makes its way onto the infield pit road. Ken McLeod and Dave Langlis will bring this large field to a start out of turn 4. 3 is out. Ken McLeod from the point. Don Colbert right up the inside to grab that runner-up position. Here comes Billy Thompson to challenge Dave Langlis for third place. Have a car off the low side of turn 3. Is off the track. Gets the car refired, back underway. Appears to be the 58 of Paul Holstrom. He will have to hustle not to go a lap down here early on in this main event. Spin in turn 2.
David Wiles getting the number 29 turned about. 6 to the low side of turn 2. That brings the field under caution. $1,000 on the line for the winner of this race tonight. One lap recorded on the board, and Flagman Andy Wong says we're ready to try to get back to green. Once again, Ken McLeod in pole. At turn 4, green is out. McLeod with a slight advantage as they race to turn 1. Don Colford on the outside, Dave Langlis to the inside, as they put all kinds of pressure on race leader Ken McLeod. Problem on the 0 of Wayne Whit, as he has perhaps had a tire get out, something dragging on the 0, and he has to head to Ted Road, as does Larry Ramsey in the number 73. Meanwhile, back up front, Dave Langlis has taken over the runner-up position. Billy Thompson trying to get in to challenge John Colbert for the 3rd place position. And Dennis Quinn rounds out the top 5. Billy Thompson now. Nice move up the inside as he now is up to challenge race leader Ken McLeod. That drops Dave Langlis back to position number 3, where he has all kinds of pressure now from Don Colbert and Dennis Quinn. Two contingents of cars in that second contingent. Going to have to hustle in order not to be lapped by the race leaders. Dragging beneath the number 15 of Don Tapley as he continues to lay down a shower of sparks from beneath the number 15. Ken McLeod and Billy Thompson now will have to deal with slower cars, and Ken McLeod down low, trying to find room beneath the number 73. 73 moves over. And with it, Dave Langlis up to challenge Bill Thompson for that 2nd place position. kinds of traffic to deal with now, as he has to work his way out and around the group of cars along with Dave Langlis. Lap number 21, just entering lap number 21. Ken McLeod working himself out and around lap cars. McLeod is followed by Dave Langlis, Don Colbert, Billy Thompson, and Gordon Nelson in top 5. Larry Gelinas up to position 6. Billy Thompson back up to retake that second place position. Larry Gelinas up to 3rd now as he works beneath the 86 of Rob Herrick. Problems on the number 37 as something is given out and he is headed to pit road. Tough break for Larry Jones. Cars tangle coming out of turn 2 on the backstretch. That will put the field under caution. And involved there the number 61 of Gordon Nelson, the number 70 of Jeff Morgan. A couple of top contenders. 27 laps down. Ken McLeod, the leader in the number 30. Then comes Don Colbert in the 86. Dennis Quinn in the 06. Dave Langlis in the 93. And Donnie Morse in the number 75. All clear once again from atop the flag stand and flagman Eddie Walsh. Last card is outside, brings them down to turn 4 and the green is out. Ken McLeod from the inside brings Don Tapley right up the inside. Dave Langlis to position 3. The battle is for position 4 now. Tim Gendron. Tangle in the turn 3 and 4 area. Get a car turned about, and that collects 2 or 3 others. And the field is under caution once again. Cars involved there, the 83 of Donnie Whitten, the 73 of Larry Ramsey, the 09 of Dwight Shepard. A couple of cars went off over the top of the bank and we couldn't catch the numbers. Like Andy Walsh moves the drivers back into column of 2, meaning the lineup is correct. 28 laps recorded on the leaderboard. Back to green flag racing this time around. Right now, Flagman Andy Walsh says we're ready to get back to it. At turn 4, green is out. Ken McLeod shows the way. Don Culprit not wanting to give it up on the outside. Don Culprit, strong bid to the outside. Danny Bubar right there waiting to see what's going to happen. Pee Wee Knight on the move on the outside as he works to the outside of Dave Langless. Then takes a look to the outside of Tim Gendron. Major money at the front, $1,000 to win, $700 for second, $350 for third, and so on. So that's where these drivers want to be, is up front. Ken McLeod with all kinds of pressure from Danny Bubar. Don Culprit, Pee Wee Knight getting up to enter that battle for the top 3. Pee Wee Knight and Don Culprit still going at it side by side for position 3. Slight advantage Pee Wee Knight in the 111. Dave Langless up to challenge Culprit for that 4th place position. Flagman Eddie Walsh indicates it will be the halfway point this time by. Ken McLeod continues to show there. A spin by David Wiles at the low side of turn number 4. He gets it back underway onto the infield pit road, and we stay green. Spin and a caution now. Car in the middle of the track between turns 1 and 2. Cars back through the pack. Dennis Quinn, Donnie Morse, Mike Field, Dave Fecta. Just goes on and on. Long ways to go. Flagman Eddie Walsh gives them the all clear as they work down to turn 3. Ken McLeod, Danny Bubar bring them to turn 4, and the green is out. Ken McLeod with a slight advantage as they race the backstretch. Danny Bubar trying to draw it even at turn 3, and he does. They come out of turn 4 side by side. Side by side across the stripe. We've seen a lot of that tonight. Ken McLeod on the low side. Danny Bubar to the outside. Wheel to wheel, and the same thing for the next position. With Pee Wee Knight on the inside, Dave Langless to his outside. Top 5 trying to break away just a little bit. Advantage from the inside lane as Pee Wee Knight works beneath the number 24 to take over the runner-up position, dropping Danny Bubar back to 3rd place position. Guys on the infield pit road. Well, the 65, Kevin O'Rourke back out, going to rejoin things, and Paul Holstrom takes the number 58 behind the infield guardrail. Advantage appears to be with the inside lane as Pee Wee Knight. John Culprit along with Dave Langless gradually advanced. Danny Bubar struggling on the outside in a battle now for 3rd place position with John Culprit in the number 86. Side by side battle continues. Danny Bubar has to get out of it just a little bit. Whitney loses another position, now finds himself to the outside of rookie Ryan Shepard. In a battle now for that 5th place position. Problems on the number 6 of Billy Thompson as he is off the pace. Ran so strong at the beginning of this event. Now has developed problems and considerably off the pace. Passing flagged us out to lap cars being approached by race leader Ken McLeod. Number 6 of Billy Thompson on pit road. Ken McLeod now into some traffic to deal with. Bob Collette moves over and lets the leaders by. They will next have to deal with the 65. Kevin O'Rourke. O'Rourke moves down to the low side. .32 also on pit road. Ryan Shepard able to take advantage of the slower car as he slips into the 5th place position. racers will have to deal with the number 29 of David Wiles. Now they're working in lap number 57. Continues to be Ken McLeod showing the way, followed by Pee Wee Knight, Don Coper, Dave Langless, and Ryan Shepard. It's a little hard to tell whether Pee Wee Knight has a little left or whether he is using all that 111 can give up. But in a few laps, we're going to find out. They now are negotiating their way out and around Guy Poulin. Spin between turns 3 and 4. Cars scatter, and so far everyone avoids Bob Collette. All clear once again from atop the flag stand. Once again, Ken McLeod will have to square up with Pee Wee Knight to his outside. They pick up the pace just a little bit. Out of turn 4, the green is out. Ken McLeod sets the pace once again. Don Colbert up to challenge Pee Wee Knight. But Knight wants to get up and make a challenge to the outside of race leader Ken McLeod. Laps winding down. Pee Wee Knight on the move on the outside. We have a spin off over the top of turns 1 and 2, the 67 Larry Vos. Meanwhile, back up front, they go at it wheel to wheel. Donnie Colbert almost made it 3 wide. Pee Wee Knight with a slight advantage. They are working in lap 63. Pee Wee Knight trying to take it over at turn 3. Ken McLeod hard up the inside, trying to draw it even once again. Pee Wee Knight sideways, and they tangle out of turn number 2 as Pee Wee Knight got turned around sideways. And that will require the caution flag once again. This time with Don Colbert at turn 4, they're under green. Tangle in turn 2. We have cars up against the backstretch wall. Among them, one of the top front runners to lead out of turn 4. The green is out. And once again, Ken McLeod shows the way. Don Colbert at his back bumper. Then comes Ryan Shepard, Dave Langless, and the man on the move on the outside, Dennis Quinn in the 06. Tangle in turn 1. At turn 4, under green once again. Ken McLeod with a slight advantage as they race the front stretch to turn 1. On the move, down through turns 3 to turn 4, Danny Bubar in the number 24. Is to the outside of the 06, now taking a look to the outside of the 93. Slips just a little bit. Up once again, taking a look to the outside of the 93. Spin in turn 4. Dennis Hall is turned about once again. At turn 4, the green is out once again. Ken McLeod continues to show the way. Right at his back bumper, Don Colbert. 83, Donnie Whitten taking his racer on the pit road. Ryan Shepard in third. Dave Langlis is fourth. Side-by-side battle for fifth. Dennis Quinn and Danny Bubar. Like Matty Walsh indicates, it will be just 2 to go next time by. Continues to be Ken McLeod with a slight advantage over Don Colbert. Then comes Ryan Shepard, Dave Langlis, and Dennis Quinn. White flag in the air, 1 to go. Checkered flag in the air. Ken McLeod will capture the 1992 Budweiser Limited Sportsman Spectacular. Followed across the line by Don Colbert. Ryan Shepard in third. Dave Langlis to fourth. And Dennis Quinn in the 5th place position. And back, returning the colors to flagman Eddie Walsh, Ken McLeod. As Ken McLeod prepares to exit his racer, we go trackside to Andy Cusack. Andy?
Thank you, Bruce. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, your winner of the Budweiser Limited Sportsman Spectacular, Ken McLeod. Ken, start to finish, congratulations.
Thank you. It wasn't easy. There was a lot of tough guys in the challenge there.
Winning the pole is what really makes that race probably the easiest for somebody, and other people have done it before from the pole position, but never as hard as you've had a time tonight. Generally, it's a runaway position. You've had Pee Wee Knight, you've had Dave Bechtel up there, you had Danny Bubar on your bumper. Was there any of them that gave you a tougher run that you thought might take it away from you?
I think Pee Wee Knight had the fastest car, and I feel really bad. He, thinks I did something to him. I was holding it down the line as far as I could.
So tonight, you take away the $1,000 from Budweiser beer, and I know that Joe Green and the rest of the Green team are going to be happy.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It'll mean a lot to the whole team. Dick Wilcock and Budweiser beer has the jackets, the hats, the trophies, and the $1,000 winner's check. Dick?
Well, the money will keep you going this summer. The jacket will keep you warm this winter. And I'll bet you'll say tonight that it was better cruising around Beech Ridge than it was cruising down Old Orchard Beach. On behalf of National Distributors and Budweiser, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, a nice round of applause for your winner and your top 3 finishers in the Budweiser Limited Sportsman Spectacular, Ken McLeod. Ken, congratulations.